Well, howdy there, Internet people. It's Bo again. So, today we're going to talk about why I say today we're going to talk about in pretty much every video. And we're going to talk about the big challenge that the committee has. You know, they've elected to put this on prime time, and they're going to hold the public hearing. And they're hoping that this is going to enlighten the American populace as to what happened. I have kept up with the various investigations, and I have looked into part of it on my own, the stuff that's more in my wheelhouse. Just from that, which is the militant side of things, right? You have multiple factions inside multiple groups fighting with each other and working together, all to achieve the same goal. From the committee standpoint, you have that. You have the electors thing. You have the objections. You have the legal challenges. You have all of the coordinating elements. They have a very complex event that they have to distill and explain to the American people before those people get bored. They have to tell a story. The smart move here for the committee is to tell them what you're going to tell them, tell them what you told them. They're going to come out and say, today we're going to talk about this, and this is what you're going to hear. And they're going to tell you the witnesses that they're going to bring up, and what those witnesses are going to tell you. And they're going to lay out the story. So you already know the storyline. And this is all part of the tell them what you're going to tell them phase. Then they bring the witnesses out. And the witnesses tell them. And then they have to close with somebody who can speak. Somebody who can get up there, take everything that was said, and put it into that storyline. Take this incredibly complex event and boil it down and tell them what you told them. If they deviate too far from that game plan, if they try to get into the intricacies of it, they're probably going to lose the American public. The American public may see it as something that was too complex to really sink their teeth into. Somebody may misspeak and give those who want to defend these actions a way to draw attention to it. They have to keep this simple. Tell them what you're going to tell them. Tell them what you told them. If they don't do that, they risk undermining their own investigation, the committee's investigations, and the DOJ investigations. There's a huge risk associated with this, with putting this on prime time. A whole lot of people have been waiting for this moment, waiting for the public side of this to start. Just be aware that there are a lot of risks associated with this. They very well could undermine any pursuit of accountability with this. They have to be careful. And one of the things that you can do is to make sure you're aware of the new developments, because we have a general idea. But because this investigation is more politically oriented, there are going to be surprising moments. I'll be super surprised if there's not. There should be moments that are going to get sound bites, moments that are going to be replayed. You have to remember that there's more to it than that. Because one of those sound bites, one of those things that gets replayed, that could be one of those things that the people who want to defend these actions latch on to and say, no, it happened in this slightly different way that doesn't actually change anything. But that'll be the defense. You have to be ready to absorb the whole story and look at all of the connections. That's, of course, assuming that the committee does its job and they do turn this into a story that is consumable. If they don't, if they get lost in the details, this is over before it starts. From the side of things that I really looked into, 90% of the names that I'm familiar with, they shouldn't even be mentioned in this. Just key people, just key communications, laying out the coordination between the different factions. That's it. Everything else, that's for later. You have to get the storyline out there first. People have to understand what occurred. Tell them what you're going to tell them. Tell them what you told them. That communication technique is what the United States needs right now. Because people will be watching this looking for anything to validate their preconceived notions. And I have a feeling that there are going to be witnesses who say things that might be surprising. So no matter how you feel about this right now, you need to be ready to check your own preconceived notions, because some of them are probably going to be challenged. So this starts this week, and in a lot of ways, this is the beginning of renewal, or it's the beginning of the end. Anyway, it's just a thought. Y'all have a good day.